Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today we are diving into the fascinating story of one of the most iconic and nostalgic coins in North American history, the Canadian 1-cent coin, a coin that may seem small in value but carries a powerful legacy of history, culture, and everyday life in Canada, and for generations this coin was a familiar part of daily transactions, used in markets, shops, and simple purchases, making it one of the most widely recognized coins in the country, and the journey of this remarkable coin dates back to the 19th century, when Canada began establishing its own currency system following Confederation, and over time the 1-cent coin became an essential denomination, helping facilitate small transactions and representing the foundation of the country's monetary structure. And one of the most iconic features of the Canadian penny is its reverse design, which features two maple leaves on a single branch, a powerful national symbol that represents unity, nature, and Canadian identity, and this elegant design remained consistent for decades, making the coin instantly recognizable, while the obverse side featured portraits of Elizabeth II, reflecting Canada's connection to the British monarchy, with different portraits used over time to represent various stages of her reign, and these coins were produced by the Royal Canadian Mint, ensuring high-quality minting and consistent production standards. And in terms of composition, the coin underwent several changes over the years, initially made from bronze and later transitioning to copper-plated steel to reduce costs while maintaining durability. And despite its low face value, the Canadian 1-cent coin holds significant importance for collectors, as certain years, minting variations, and high-grade examples can be surprisingly valuable. And in 2012 Canada officially discontinued the production of the 1-cent coin due to rising production costs and declining purchasing power, marking the end of an era and turning the penny into a nostalgic collectible item. And today the Canadian penny is no longer used in everyday transactions, yet it continues to live on in collections, memories, and the hearts of those who grew up using it, proving that even the smallest coin can carry a big story and lasting value when viewed through the lens of history and numismatics. As the story of the Canadian 1-cent coin continues, it becomes even more fascinating when we explore how this small yet meaningful coin evolved over time while reflecting the economic growth and cultural identity of Canada. Because from its early introduction in the 19th century to its final years before discontinuation, the Canadian penny played a vital role in everyday transactions, helping people make exact payments and supporting small-scale commerce across the country. And one of the most interesting aspects of this coin is how its design remained both consistent and symbolic, as the iconic maple leaves on the reverse continued to represent Canada's natural beauty and national pride, while the obverse featured evolving portraits of Elizabeth II, each reflecting a different stage of her reign and adding a historical timeline to the coin series. And over the years, the coin underwent several changes in composition due to economic factors, transitioning from bronze to copper, plated zinc, and later to steel, as the rising cost of materials made it impractical to continue using higher-value metals for such a low-denomination coin, and these changes were managed and implemented by the Royal Canadian Mint, ensuring that the coin remained durable and cost-effective for circulation. And despite being widely used, the penny gradually lost its purchasing power over time due to inflation, leading to decreased usage in everyday transactions. And by the early 21st century, many people began to view the coin as more of a nuisance than a necessity, which eventually led to its official withdrawal from circulation in 2012. And this transition marked a significant moment in Canadian monetary history, as the country adapted to modern economic realities, yet at the same time it transformed the 1-cent coin into a nostalgic and collectible item. And today collectors value these coins not only for their historical significance but also for the opportunity to find rare dates, unique variations, and high-grade examples that have been preserved over time, proving that even a coin once considered insignificant can gain importance and value when viewed through the lens of history and collecting. As we move deeper into the collecting side of the Canadian 1-cent coin, this is where the real excitement begins for collectors and treasure hunters, because even though billions of these coins were produced by the Royal Canadian Mint, only a small portion stand out as truly valuable due to rarity, key dates, and exceptional condition. And one of the first things collectors focus on is identifying important years within the series, especially older coins from the late 19th and early 20th centuries, which are generally harder to find and can be significantly more valuable, and coins featuring earlier portraits of Elizabeth II or even pre-Elizabeth monarchs can attract strong interest depending on their condition and scarcity. And in addition to age, collectors carefully examine the condition of each coin, because most pennies were heavily circulated and show signs of wear such as scratches, discoloration, and loss of detail, meaning that coins preserved in uncirculated or near perfect condition are far more desirable and can command much higher prices. And grading plays a crucial role in this process, as even a slight difference in quality can make a significant impact on value. And collectors also pay attention to composition changes over the years, as the transition from bronze to copper-plated steel created distinct types within the series. And some collectors aim to build complete sets that include every variation, making the hunt both challenging and rewarding. And another important factor is the historical context of the coin, as certain periods of Canadian history are reflected in the design and production of the penny, adding an extra layer of meaning and appeal, and this combination of rarity, condition, historical significance, and variety is what makes collecting the Canadian 1-cent coin so exciting, because with the right knowledge and attention to detail, even a coin that was once worth almost nothing can turn into a valuable collectible and a meaningful piece of history. As we continue exploring the advanced and most exciting side of the Canadian 1-cent coin, this is where collectors truly begin to uncover hidden treasures, because beyond key dates and condition lies a fascinating world of mint errors and rare production varieties that can dramatically increase a coin's value, and these errors occur during the minting process at the Royal Canadian Mint, where coins are produced with high precision, yet even the most advanced systems can occasionally produce mistakes, and these imperfections are exactly what makes certain coins highly desirable among collectors, and one of the most interesting categories includes double die varieties, where elements of the design such as the maple leaves, lettering, or numerals appear duplicated due to a misalignment during the die creation process, making these coins especially sought after because the error is part of the original strike and cannot be altered, and collectors also look for off-center strikes, where the coin design is not properly aligned during minting, resulting in part of the image being shifted or missing, and the more dramatic the misalignment, the more valuable the coin can become due to its rarity and unique appearance. And another rare and valuable type includes coins struck on incorrect planchets, where a 1-cent design appears on a blank intended for another denomination, creating a highly unusual and collectible piece. And in addition to these major errors, there are also subtle varieties such as die cracks, clipped planchets, and weak strikes that require careful observation and experience to identify. And another important factor that adds to the appeal of these coins is their historical context within Canada, as each coin reflects a specific era of economic and social development, and as always the condition of the coin plays a crucial role in determining its value, because even the rarest error coin will be far more valuable if it is preserved in excellent condition with sharp details and minimal wear, and when rarity, uniqueness, and condition come together, the result can be an exceptional collectible that proves even a simple penny can hold incredible hidden value for those who know exactly what to look for. As we move into the modern perspective of the Canadian 1-cent coin, the story becomes even more interesting as this once common coin transitions from everyday currency into a meaningful collectible, because after its official discontinuation in 2012 by the Royal Canadian Mint, the penny was gradually removed from circulation across Canada, marking the end of an era that had lasted for more than a century, and this decision was driven by economic factors, as the cost of producing the coin had exceeded its face value, making it inefficient to continue minting, and as a result cash transactions in Canada are now rounded to the nearest 5 cents, a change that reflects the country's adaptation to modern economic realities. And despite being phased out, the Canadian penny has not disappeared completely, because millions of these coins remain in households, collections, and storage, often tucked away in jars, drawers, and old boxes, waiting to be rediscovered. And what makes this coin particularly fascinating in the modern era is how its perception has changed, as something once considered nearly worthless is now being re-examined for its historical significance, collectible potential, and even sentimental value, and collectors today are actively searching for high-grade examples, rare dates, and unique varieties, turning the humble penny into a subject of serious numismatic interest. And the rise of online marketplaces and global collector communities has made it easier than ever to buy, sell, and study these coins, increasing their visibility and demand. And even though the coin is no longer used in everyday transactions, it continues to play an important role as a symbol of Canadian history and identity, reminding people of a time when small denominations were essential to daily life. And as interest in coin collecting continues to grow worldwide, the Canadian 1-cent coin is gaining recognition as a collectible that offers both historical depth and the potential for future value, proving that even the smallest coins can become meaningful pieces of history when preserved and appreciated over time. As the journey of the Canadian 1-cent coin reaches its final chapter, it becomes clear that this small yet iconic coin carries far more significance than its face value ever suggested, because from its role in everyday transactions across Canada to its transformation into a nostalgic and highly collectible piece after its discontinuation, it represents more than a century of economic history, cultural identity, and daily life. And what makes the Canadian penny especially fascinating for collectors is the wide range of opportunities it offers, from identifying rare key dates and well-preserved uncirculated examples to discovering unique mint errors such as double dies, off-center strikes, clipped planchets, and coins struck on incorrect blanks. each of which can significantly increase its value, and coins produced by the Royal Canadian Mint are known for their quality and consistency. Yet even within such a controlled system, rare variations can still occur, creating exciting opportunities for collectors who pay close attention to detail, and beyond rarity and errors, the condition of the coin plays a crucial role, as coins with sharp details, original luster, and minimal wear are far more desirable and valuable than heavily circulated examples. And today collectors around the world are beginning to recognize that valuable coins are not always made of precious metals or from ancient times, but can also be everyday coins that reflect important historical and economic changes. And for both beginners and experienced collectors, the Canadian 1-cent coin offers an accessible and meaningful entry into the world of numismatics, providing a chance to explore history, develop collecting skills, and experience the thrill of discovering hidden value. And even though it is no longer used in circulation, its legacy continues to grow as more people appreciate its story and significance, proving that even the smallest coin can carry a powerful narrative and surprising worth when viewed with the right knowledge and perspective. And thanks for watching.